Welcome to your second lesson in Unit 5. This lesson is going to be about the equations of circles. This will be a two-part lesson, the first part being today and the second part being tomorrow. The standard form of a circle is going to be x minus h, and that's going to be squared, plus y minus k, and that's all squared, is equal to r squared. Now, the letters that I put in color are the letters that are going to change the most. So h and k are the center of your circle. R is going to be the radius. Not r squared, but r is going to be your radius. Those are the things that are going to change in your standard form equation. Your general form is technically your standard form multiplied out. So this is going to be ax squared plus bx plus cy squared plus dy plus e, and that's equal to 0. So let's write the equation of a circle using this information. We're going to use the standard form equation because I have a center and I have a radius I can substitute in for. So I'm going to use this template. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to write x minus squared plus y minus squared is equal to something squared. So my radius is 3 and negative 2, or excuse me, my center. My radius is 4. So let's clean this up. This is going to be x minus 3 squared plus y minus a negative, remember, is positive, so plus 2 squared is equal to 16. And this is the simplified version of that standard form. It almost looks very similar to that vertex form of a quadratic, if you can remember graphing quadratic equations. You'll always do the opposite of what you see. I just wrote it out so you can commit that to memory and see that pattern. So let's try this again. X minus squared plus y minus squared is equal to my radius squared. My center is at negative 4, 0. And notice this says diameter. So you're not just going to substitute in that 10. We're going to need to find that radius first. Our radius is 5. So we'll put 5 squared. We'll clean this up. We're going to say x plus 4 squared plus y squared, because I don't need that 0, is equal to 25. One more time, write in our standard template. Our center is at 2, negative 9. And our radius is the square root of 11. Remember, when you square the square root, you're eliminating that square root sign. So the simplified version is x minus 2 squared plus y plus 9 squared is equal to 11. That's the standard form of a circle. So again, this is our simplified, cleaned up version of our equation of a circle. What if I asked you to do the reverse, though? What if I give you the equation and I want you to find those missing pieces? So your center, remember that's the h and the k spot in your standard form equation, and you're always going to do the opposite of what you see here. So this looks like a -6. Your center's a +6 because that subtraction sign already exists in your template. That's a +3, but like we showed up above, that's just minus and negative. So it's -3. This is equal to your radius squared. So remember to take the square root of it. Your radius is 5. We can also write the equation from a graph. So I can give you the graph, and you can write the equation of the circle. So the first part being able to find the center. So I would look for your diameter first. So we have a span of 12, a span of 12, a span of 12, and a span of 12. So that's 12 and 12 starting from our origin. So that makes our diameter 24. So if we have a diameter of 24, that means we have a radius of 12, and my center is going to be here at 0, 0. So I'm going to write that template again. So x minus squared plus y minus squared. So this is at 0, 0. That's my center. So I'm going to simplify that to be x squared plus y squared is equal to 12 squared, because that's my radius. I'll put that in a different color for us. That's the radius we found here to be 12. So the simplified equation here is x squared plus y squared is equal to 144. Now, this one's not centered at the origin. I hope that visual is obvious for you. So we're going to look at our diameters again. So I'm at 4, and I'm at a -10. So this is at y equals 4, y is a -10. So that's going down 4 and down 10 more, so that's down 14. So 7 is half of that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so somewhere in here. And we're at, looks like -7 and -7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's half of it going this way. But we want to be sure we're truly in the middle. So if I follow that across, where did that go? That should be the center of our circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we already know it goes up and across. So there's our center there that I've just found. So filling in this template, we have x minus squared plus y minus squared. My center, that's at 1, and a y value of -3. So clean it up, we'll have x minus 1 squared plus y plus 3 squared is equal to, try and write a little smaller now, 7, because we said that's down 7, 7 squared. So x minus 1 squared plus y plus 3 squared is equal to 49. There you go. We also want to be able to graph it. So being able to graph it, you're following the same thing. You have to be able to identify your center just like we did in number 4. So it's that h and that k value here. So we'll do the opposite. So it's at 3, 2. So 3, 2, there it is. There's our center. Then we have our radius squared. So our radius is really 3. So from our center, we're going to count up 1, 2, 3. We'll count out 1, 2, 3. We'll count down 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We'll count out again 1, 2, 3. Okay. And you've put the coordinates in of where your radii is. Then it's up to you to make a perfect circle here. If you have a compass and you want to be super fancy, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just try and round your points the best you can so it looks like a circle and not a diamond. It should look like a circle and not a diamond. Okay. So we're going to practice this part. You can practice it on page 9. We're going to skip page 10. That'll be for tomorrow. So page 9 is a good page to practice. And the other good page of practice is going to be 13, 14, and the first half of 15. Happy practicing!